So here's the second take of the third episode since I said a word that my sister doesn't agree with in the original intro. Now,
You're welcome, Internet.
just so you guys know, it's not a word that anyone would have had a problem with.
Crindy. Crindy would.
I've heard much worse from that woman.
Here's the thing. You've got a big vocabulary, man.
I do.
Creative.
But hits are hits for a reason. You gotta play the hits. And I've made it through 2 entire episodes of this thing with not a curse,
Yeah.
not a swear,
Not a one.
some toot references.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. The rootinest, tootinest podcast this side of the Mississippi, where we don't cuss, but we do fuss. I felt pretty good about that one.
It got me good.
Aren't you glad we redid it? Aren't you glad that I did a naughties in the first one?
You should be thanking me.
Yeah, well, don't hold your breath.
So, hi guys. I'm Ashley Engle. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts duo, and this is episode 3. We're so glad to be here with you.
We are, and I'm Brandon Birdwell, and I'm the other half of the Cold Hand Warm Hearts duo, and I love that you jumped in. Listeners, before we started, as you are well aware, my sister and podcasting partner likes agendas.
She does.
And doesn't have a hidden one, because I'm looking dead at it. But she made it a point to look me square in the face with a very familiar look, one that I've received from one Crindy for many years, and she said, "Don't forget the intros." And then she just jumped in and started the intros on her own, as if to say, "I'm going to tell you what to do, but then I'm going to do it because I don't trust you to do it." Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
You
Anyway.
hit the nail on the head with that one.
Man, I had some Japanese gum with caffeine in it yesterday, and I've been firing on all cylinders ever
You're
since.
still buzzing from it today. Man. Well, I gotta say, it's been a bit of a heavy week in the U.S. of A. And I just want to say this because, once again, just in terms of clarifying our purpose here at CHWH, WH.
Our sonic vision board, so
Our
to
sonic
speak.
vision
as
board.
We,
Just to clarify that, there's a lot of heaviness. There's a lot of sadness, darkness, division. And I've been feeling it. I know you guys are probably feeling it. But our purpose here is to laugh, to laugh together.
It feels good to laugh.
It feels good to laugh right now. And that's a lot of the once again, your feedback matters. And we've gotten a lot of feedback of, you know what, this is what I need right now because life's hard, life's heavy. And so I just wanted to let people know that we are aware that it's a heavy time for our nation. And the hits just keep on coming, don't they? They do. And so if you're not sick of hearing me talk, which is very possible that you are, I do talk about... That was... Thanks. I was really hoping you'd come in.
No, you're doing great.
Okay. But if you do wonder, like, does she care about, this cultural moment? I want to assure you that I do. And I talk about it on another podcast called We Need to Talk. It's a podcast from the Well Church.
I have listened to the podcast. Yeah. It's very good, but one thing they have not done is cross-promote ours, so stop it.
I'm cross-promoting here.
Because the podcasting... Guys, as a seasoned podcaster, can I tell you that the podcasting world is... it's dog eat dog. It's pod eat pod out here. And we got to look out for each other. It's a real one hand washes the other type scenario. So
That's right.
If I promote a podcast and they don't promote my podcast, we beefing in these podcast streets.
Unfollow.
Hard.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah, that's how I let you know. Hey, guess what?
Bye.
Got them. Good. Roasted.
But anyway, I just want to let people know that we are aware, but here at this podcast, we're here to have fun. We're here to laugh and tell stories that
Tell your face
okay.
that we're here to have
stuff, guys. It's like the cry filter that you see out there right now. That's what my face looks like.
The one that makes like the craziest face ever. Is it
No.
the one that I sent you?
No, but that one's fantastic with the big eyes. This is the one where it's the permanent frown face. And you can be speaking with a peppy voice, but you've got the...
You know, guys, it feels like America's got a cry filter on right now, and I just want to turn
Lady
that.
Liberty has got that filter on.
She's always been
She's sad.
a surly-faced lady.
She really has. Do you know?
Because she came from France, and they're a surly bunch.
The French are beautiful people.
I've seen our analytics and listenership. We don't have a single listener in France.
Not yet. We do have one in Germany.
We do. Sacre bleu. That's French. That's not German, but we do. We have one German listener.
We do. We know him by name. Hi. So we wanted to open up, and we also wanted to thank you guys so much for your support.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, this has been something we wanted to do for a while, and just to know that even one person wants to listen.
That's true. It is something. It's something that we have wanted to do for a while, and now we are doing it. But to echo Ashley's sentiments, I am amazed that anyone wants to listen to this nonsense.
It's truly amazing.
I don't care for the sound of myself, and I'm my favorite person. So I don't know how you guys are doing it.
That's right. So thank you. Every listen means so much. Every like and subscribe and rating, as long as it's a good one, means so much to us. So thank you guys for sticking around on this journey.
Hold on, I'm looking at the agenda, and I don't see a single bit about thanking the listeners. Are you going off script?
You must be on episode 4, because clearly on episode 3, thank everyone for all of their support.
I'm on episode 4.
And invite them to follow. See, told you.
I'm on episode 4.
And invite them to follow us at CHWH Pod on Instagram, because you know what we do over there? We have fun.
We have fun. We have so much fun. It feels good to laugh. We have fun. We love our parents, you guys.
Stop. But listen, what you will see over there on Instagram are so many vintage photos that have come out of the vaults thanks to Crindy.
God, my favorite one is the one you just posted, because not only does it vindicate me and make me the one who was telling the truth about you being a human tintype come to life, full size.
That was a special occasion.
Full size American Girl doll.
Theme park day, not real life.
But it makes you into a liar. Oh. And I love to make you into a liar.
Okay. Anyway, come follow along over there, guys. It's fun. We're growing a community. We're reconnecting with people from the past.
We have fun.
It's delightful. Okay, so I want to talk about something today that we have wanted to talk about on the podcast for a long time. And I say we because we is true, not just me. Anytime we travel together, wild stuff happens. No matter where we are. We can be in, Broken Bow, Oklahoma.
Opened up with Broken Bow.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm keeping it close to home. We can be in, London, England. We can be in Orlando, Florida. But today, I want to talk about a special trip. This trip took place in 2006. And it started, the catalyst was you doing a summer in London program.
I'm very cultured, and I'm a learned individual scholar. I was going to say learned doctor, but that's just straight from Step Brothers, and I'm not a doctor at all. But no, guys, in addition to being very strong, I am, my intellect is good.
Good.
I say it was the smartest things.
Okay, so Brandon was doing summer in London.
Our producer literally is falling asleep right now.
It really is. This may not be our strongest start. I shouldn't have opened with the heaviness in America.
You don't say.
I just want people to know that we're aware of it.
Here's what I like to do.
People criticize, podcasters, those with the platform, and our platform is very large.
Like almost unmanageable at this point.
It really is. After 1 week's time.
A mere week's time.
A mere week's time. So anyway, I shouldn't have led with that. But okay, back to summer in London. So Brandon had just proposed to Lindsay fairly recently at this point. Jeff and I were already married, and we thought, you know what? Brandon's already over there. We're gonna take off work. We're gonna go, and we're not gonna backpack because we weren't quite that adventurous. Perhaps we should have. We did not travel light, is what I'm saying.
No.
And that's part of the story.
But Jeff is such a clothes horse. He's a snappy dresser. Have you ever seen a more Euro-American man with some of his... He is pure sensuality.
He's
to
very
revisit.
stylish.
I aspire to wear an outfit like that man does. Anyways, and he... okay, don't...
That's nice.
Well, he looks good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I married him.
We went with a. Yeah, you did. We went with a lot of stuff. It wasn't. I was over there, and I had all my stuff because I had to be over there for like 6 weeks before.
Right.
And I think I might have shipped some stuff back or something so that I could at least not be the one who was like dork lugging around 2 rolling suitcases on like cobblestone streets.
Steamer trunk.
Donde está hotel donde? Like that guy who's just trying to navigate in a broken foreign language.
Only you could do.
Como se dice too much luggage? I don't
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Okay, so enough about this stuff. So we meet you in London, and then the places we wanted to go were Spain, España.
Spain. It's Spain.
Right.
It's because of the Castilian, right?
The Castilian. And so we were going to go to Spain and then Italy. And so we fly to Spain. We begin our time in Barcelona. Beautiful Barcelona. And I thought, in order to save money, we're going to go the hostel route. And online, I'm going to tell you what, this hostel, she looked good. She looked amazing.
Listen, isn't that just a metaphor for the way that social media and the internet works now? They can look real good.
But
and then,
in person, so this was in 2006 even, so the quality of the photos was not even as good as it is today. So we show up to our hostel. Well, we did not actually.
First,
Okay.
I would like to point out that we got into the cab, and the cab driver...
Oh, goodness. Asked us our destination. It's El Raval.
El Raval.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
which is the old, scary part of Barcelona.
Well,
medieval times.
We
was
were
established in medieval times.
We were just young,
but
just living on the
a
edge.
beautiful part of the city, but a part that's high crime.
But
known for
the
drug
crime.
deals and prostitution.
Known for the crime. And to quote our cab driver, he was very sweet, and he was trying to make sure that we understood.
Concerned.
And he started in by saying that we have to be careful.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do an impression of him.
Yes.
And you need to understand that it's very good.
It is good, also culturally sensitive.
It is, because this is how he sounded.
Yeah. Okay.
He was trying to say that you needed to be careful with your belongings and your money because it would be stolen or taken from you. And the way he said it to us was, you need to be careful because the villains will do the stolens on the monies.
With the bullets.
With the bullets. So the villains will do the stolens on the money with the bullets.
Correct.
Which, even though when I heard it, I was like, that sounds hilarious. I thought, is this gentleman telling me I'm going to get like robbed with with guns?
He was.
Yeah, well.
Affirmative on that.
So that was how we started.
Yes, and he was very helpful. The thing is, because this is a medieval part of the city, the alleyways are so skinny you can't get a car back there. So he had to drop us off quite a ways from the hostel. And we did. We had large rolling bags. We are very obviously American people, you and I.
I don't know.
I
don't know. I feel like
we're
kind of
tall
like
folks.
I emanate like an air of like a man who's just of nowhere.
We're not sure.
I'm a mystery.
We're not sure where you're from.
I'm a mystery. Speaking of mysteries, wake up over there, producer. What are you doing? Come on.
Get up
Get with
and
it.
do your job.
Like for real. My shoulders and back are tired from carrying your entire workload right now. Okay? Pumpkin, step it up. Produce something.
So we drag our luggage, and this is such a clear memory to me, and I don't know what prompted me to do. Probably the fact that we were very obviously 4 young, dumb American kids.
Speak for yourself.
In a not great part of the city, lovely, beautiful, fine during the daylight hours. Producer's telling you something, Brandon. Read that while I tell this. And I remember beginning to hum Stars and Stripes Forever as we rolled our luggage down the cobblestone streets because I felt like we were just on parade. We were so stupid. So I remember distinctly going...
Which, just by the way...
Dun, 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 dun.
Which is a surefire way to blend in as not an American.
I did it quietly just for our group to hear, to make fun of us, because we deserved it. So we get to the hostel, and our first red flag should have been the group of... Again, obviously, American tourists. This was a group of young ladies who were arguing with the front desk, yelling that they had felt unsafe and that a man had pushed their door open. But you know what we did?
I had forgotten this part.
Right? You know what we did? We just acted like that wasn't happening.
You know, I find that when faced with a certain danger, it's best just to pretend it's not.
Yeah. It's not real.
Because you've got a real Jennifer Connelly and Labyrinth type scenario. Like, you have no power here.
You have no power.
Right? Or Freddy Krueger. Once you realize that he's not real, his power goes away.
And once you pay that deposit, you have no power. So yeah, it's our turn at the desk. We get all checked in. We are told you will be shown to your hostel. So we have a nice gentleman show us the way. We get to a building, had to have been built 17th century, possibly.
Yeah, no, I'm really good with architecture and years. That's 100% 17th century.
I'm going to say 17th. We open the very old.
You were in art history.
I was.
Major in college, and I remember that one time you had me help you study for a test.
No.
And I hated it. So everything looked the same, and it was just like blood and pestilence, and just like literally people covered in dirt and mud. And you're like, this is meant to represent the internal religious sacrifice made by. And I like literally had to flip through. It was like it was just the worst flashcard session ever, and I have had some bad ones. All right, sorry. Back to what you were saying.
I'm going to say 17th century on this building.
Well, let me check my flashcards.
I did. I was my mental flashcards while you were down that nonsense path. So we get into what I can only describe as the most terrifying stairwell.
Oh, yes. Stairwell to HE double hockey sticks, y'all. Did you notice that I just edited a word that's technically not a bad word, but can be perceived as a bad word if
Thank you.
Stairway to heck.
So, most terrifying stairwell. Curvy. No lights in there. Save one.
Oh, yeah.
So we get into the stairwell dragging our massive luggage. We begin to lug it up the steps.
Our massive luggage and our massive emotional baggage as well.
So much baggage on that trip. So we lug it up. We're on the 4th floor.
4th floor. No elevator.
Heat wave. Barcelona. 2006. 2006.
Uh-huh. Back in the mid-aughts.
The mid-aughts.
Uh-huh.
So we
Great time, the mid-aughts.
Yeah.
Just, nope, not a thread you're
Was
one of...
Lady Liberty crying in the mid-aughts?
She's
Not as hard.
she's-
She wasn't sobbing then.
Right. She had a glimmer.
There were some tears. We climb up. Again, I say no light in this stairwell.
Hold on.
Save
You want to
one.
know what? Producer, can you Google something for me? Will you Google I think it was George W. Bush right back then, right? Like I want you to Google who was president, what was going on in 2006 politically, so that we're not accidentally taking a stance we don't want to take.
Right.
Because I don't
It
want to
always
get.
feels worse when you're in it.
I know for sure that we're gonna get calls from MSNBC and Fox, and I don't want to get raked over the coals, especially as an authority on political intrigue and what's going on. And I just want to be careful.
It's only our third episode. We can't afford that kind of
Yes,
bad publicity.
correct. It was George W. Bush. So we're just very neutral here. We're a member of the fun party.
We're here to laugh.
We are here to laugh. Speaking of which, can we go back to how you opened the podcast? Because hilarious.
Okay. So we lug our bags up.
Lug 'em.
There is one light in this stairwell.
Whoa.
You know what color it is?
Luggage. Right? We lug our bags. Luggage.
Yeah.
From the Latin root word lug, which means to lug. And it was originated in the 17th century in Barcelona. Let's get back to your story.
Luck
Go
would
on.
have it. So on the third floor, there is an apartment.
As lug would have it.
Oh, you did it.
I really did. You guys.
So the light outside this apartment was red.
Roxanne was in there.
Somebody was. You know why? Because that door was always open. And there was no way up the stairs. What?
Do you remember? I don't want to jump ahead. I don't know if you're going to get to this part, but do you remember when we were going down the stairs and it was Jeff and me at the front and Ewan's in the back, and we were supposed to be the ones to like make sure everyone was safe, and we were going down the stairs and someone opened their door and stuck their head out, and you would have thought I was in the Olympic trials how fast I got out of that stairwell, leaving everyone behind me.
In the darkness.
I'm not a fast person. But
Unhitch the trailer.
I was.
That's what we used to yell at him on the baseball field.
That's just because I got a real juicy tuchus.
Producer cannot contain.
Well, no one can contain this tuchus. You can stop it, but you can only hope to contain it. Because here's the thing about my tuchus, guys.
No, move on from it.
No matter how much weight I gain or lose, I still have an absolute dump truck chasing me around. It's like I am shaped like every mom in a Pixar movie, where it's just...
No.
It's a lot to manage, guys.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Well, here's the thing. While Ashley's having a hard time, please allow me to put in a word from our most recent sponsor, Spanx, helping me suck in this tuchus every day since 2006.
Oh. Okay. I'm so sweaty.
Let's go back to Barcelona.
Okay. We get to our apartment. The actual apartment is lovely. And this was another catalyst for reserving with the hostel, because I thought our own apartment, that's going to be great. We can get groceries, we can save money, we can all be together, but have like a common area. It'll be great. Apartment is wonderful. Again, heat wave. No AC in a medieval building.
No AC.
Or in a 17th century
They
building.
didn't have it in the 17th century.
And so let's talk about what would happen each in the early morning hours.
Speaking of tuchus.
You want to take that? No, first of all, let's talk about how hot it was. We had to open the windows.
Heat wave.
There was one window.
Heat wave.
It was tiny. No window in the bedroom. So what we did is we dragged all the mattresses into the living room and all slept in there together.
And we also dragged all the heavy furnitures in front of the door. Because I'll tell you one thing right now. I'm not getting abducted. I don't have a Liam Neeson type who has a very particular set of skills. That's
that was
a
really
good Neeson.
good.
I have a very particular set of skills that makes me a nightmare for people like you.
What?
Yeah.
So good. People are going to start coming for the impressions
Well, I've got...
from you. I don't have that many good ones.
You
occasionally I'll come
you
up.
did a super good impression of a super big bummer at the beginning of this episode. So
I just live in reality.
well, listen. That's my Enneagram. I can't live in reality.
We're going to do an Enneagram episode. For those of you who care, just as a side, I'm a 2, Brandon's a 7.
And I don't know why everybody's not a 7. It's awesome over here.
Okay. Anywho, please
yeah.
tell the people what would happen every morning at like 3 a.m.
Here's what I'll say. I'm not one of your uptight, Victorian, can't handle male nudity types. I'm just not. Never have been. A little bit of skin, I'm in. So
No.
So
I did not.
So I will tell you what happened the first morning, and then you'll just understand that it happened every. Producer says that it's getting weird in here. Listen. If we're just now getting weird, then your barometer for weird needs to be completely reset. I'm here with you.
I'm so sorry, listeners.
No, so
for the turn that we have taken.
I'll just tell you that on the first morning that we were in Barcelona, I woke up and I thought to myself, I'm making the best of it. I'm hot. I'm sweaty.
So hot.
Schwitzing all night. Couldn't sleep.
No.
Walked out to the balcony. Nice cooler weather in the morning. Hits me in the face. I'm like, yeah. I look out over and it's very picturesque.
It's a very small 17th century courtyard.
Yeah, could you get
I'm sorry.
You're like one of those idiots who says T-Rex was in the Jurassic period. Idiot. So I walk out onto the balcony and it really is what you would picture. It's very European, very pretty. And I was like, man, this is really, really nice.
Maybe we have done a good thing by coming here.
Totally. It was like one of those moments where I was like, this is good. We can salvage this.
Yeah.
And then I heard a big splash. There's not a body of water nearby. We are in a city. We are landlocked. I then look the balcony down.
Barcelona actually is coastal, but it's fine.
But we're in the middle of the city. Okay. I understand that it's coastal. Actually, you know what? I got real defensive there.
You forgot that.
I didn't really.
I remember that.
We went
The
to the
only
beach.
time I was cool on the whole trip is when I waded into the Mediterranean to the knees.
That's what makes you cool? Oh.
Okay.
I thought you were saying like
Temperature-wise.
real cool dude
I really-
wading into the Mediterranean.
Stop it.
Look out.
Okay, you heard a splash.
Heard a splash. Even though we're in a coastal city.
Giving me the thumbs up.
God, I love a thumbs up so much.
So good.
Do you know what I love a lot? Real quick, I promise.
Okay.
The sooner we get to this, the sooner it's over.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people like to use the middle finger when something bad happens in the road.
The bird.
Bird, the B word, the bird. What I like to do is I do this. If a person cuts me off or does something, if we make eye contact, I like to take a thumb and I like to turn it down and just shake my head at them.
That's so much scarier.
Because I'm expressing disapproval for their actions.
Yeah.
And it's well thought out. It's like, dude, that guy didn't just reactionary toss up the bird.
Yeah.
That dude said, you? Don't do it. Okay, so anyway, I heard the splash, and then I looked to the balcony beneath us, and I saw a very nude Spanish man pouring water over his head in a giant trash can. And I'm not talking about some of a very nude Italian dude.
Italian.
Nope.
You skipped ahead.
Yeah, sorry. He was from Spain.
We are assuming. We never got to know him.
You know what?
We were
He might have been speaking
dissuaded.
Italian. I don't know. But, well, he was disrobed. And I saw him in all his glory every day there. I don't know why I kept going out to the balcony, but I did.
Because he woke us up each day with his singing.
He was singing, wasn't he?
Every morning.
Well, what's not to sing about?
Every morning. At literally 3 a.m.
Yeah, naked in a trash can.
Every morning.
Naked in a Trash Can, the Brandon Birdwell story.
So that's how we started each day in Barcelona. I'm going to tell you that very quickly in Barcelona, I contracted the worst stomach situation, parasite, something.
Bubble guts.
So much worse.
Los bubble guts.
That doesn't even begin.
Ew.
Early on, and I don't know where I picked it up because nobody else had it.
No.
I'm convinced it was in the hostel somehow. I was sick for 2.5 weeks after.
Yeah.
But
You powered through.
You
powered through. There was a time you would come out for dinner. You'd be like, no, I'm eating.
doing this.
I'm doing it. And then you would, midway through dinner.
See you guys at the room.
You would run as quickly as I ran down that stairwell out of a restaurant. Now.
Guys, it was so bad. I do remember one day in Rome, because after Spain we went to Italy. And I do remember one day in Rome being semi-unconscious for a good part of the day.
Oh.
You guys went out to explore the city.
Was that the time
I was unable.
Was that the time when Jeff, just in a very Jeff way, got so sick of being hot and said, we're not staying in the place you booked. I'm getting us a hotel room.
No. So that happened in Spain, actually. So
that was in Figueres.
It was, because I was trying to save us money. I booked the hostel for 5 days. On day 2 in the hostel, at night we would go, okay, I say at night, we were afraid to be outside at night.
Because the villains will do the stolens on the monies.
One.
With the bullets.
100%. Also, it was so hot.
You mentioned that.
In the city.
Yeah.
I can't even. I don't know.
I can't even.
So I do remember we escaped we found a mall one day. We took a cab to a mall.
Just really, really taking in the European experience.
This was we did amazing things in Barcelona.
Just
We went to tapas bars. We did all the Gaudi and the Sagrada Familia.
She said tapas bars, guy.
I 100% said tapas.
But we stayed in a all nude hostel apparently.
Something was happening on floor 3, you guys. So we escaped to a mall one day just for the AC. Now that, I'm gonna say, I don't know if you remember this, was your lowest point. I'm going to say that you disappeared in the mall and we found you sitting slumped over on the floor in front of the Zara.
Did that happen?
It happened. And Lindsay was not okay with your behavior that day, and I wondered if the wedding would go forward.
Was I just
when we were back stateside?
Was I just done? I just was.
You were done.
Man.
He was done. We call that the Great Zara incident, and Lindsay referenced that the other day, in fact.
I honestly don't, I'm not joking.
You had blacked out.
I am not saying this because this doesn't paint me in the best light. I genuinely do not remember it, and
ask Lindsay.
Must have been just finished with what was going on.
So done. You were so hot.
Yeah.
Your anxiety.
Lugging this huge butt around everywhere I go.
Stop it.
I
thought you were going to say bag. Well, and then you didn't.
It's a bag of snakes.
Okay. So we escaped to the mall. That's when Jeff stepped in.
Yeah.
And was like, we got to get out of here.
He's everyone's dad.
Mm-hmm.
He saved the day. With the AC. It was huge. Real quick.
Okay.
I'm staying in the.
You're still at Zara.
This is canon. You I will say were a trooper. With your
parasite?
Stomach situation. But there was a point on that trip when you lost a backpack.
Oh.
I don't know that I've ever seen you be more of a Streisand in my entire life.
Everything was in there.
All my makeups.
Everything was in there.
Yeah, and Jeff, everyone's dad, was trying to sort it out at the airport. You were buzzing around. It was like literally bouncing off the walls. It was crazy. And I was like, what could possibly be in that bag?
Listen, I was sick. I was hot. And I had lost my belongings. That is cause for alarm.
You were so...
I was out of my element. Yeah. This was Ashley's low point.
Well,
yours was Zara.
Yeah.
Mine was backpack.
I get to hear about Zara. You were about to burn Europe to the ground for a blue backpack.
Anyone who knows me knows this is 100% not true. Was I upset about losing my JanSport? Yes. Was it the JanSport I had carried since the 8th grade?
And do you want to know what's
It was royal blue.
What's the worst part about that is that a JanSport, as you know, has a lifetime warranty. And to lose they don't insure against lost bags. No. But a torn bag, a JanSport's a tank of a backpack.
Yeah.
And used to be like really cool when people used to one strap it, but not 2 straps. Where it's at, because scoliosis. Remember when they were doing scoliosis talks and screenings, they're like, now don't carry your bag on your one shoulder because it actually, improperly bounces the weight on your body and your body has to adjust for that, so on and so forth. Yeah. But then I would say things like, nerd, one strapping.
Yeah, you know what I'll do? Right shoulder on Mondays, left shoulder on Tuesdays.
Get out of here. Let's
right
talk
shoulder
about
on Wednesdays.
Backpack life hack. Right. Remember when overalls that were shorts were a thing? Overalls that were shorts and you wear
shortalls,
and you'd wear them off one shoulder.
Shortalls.
Golly.
Yeah.
I saw Will Smith in a pair of those when he was a Fresh Prince, and I was like,
need them.
I can pull that off.
You know what? They're back.
A lot of stuff's back.
So much, and which I both like and hate, because you know why? These youngins, they think they came up with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we thought we came up with some stuff too that we didn't.
I don't know. We're pretty great.
Hey, 4th of July's coming up.
Do you know? Producer is bringing up a point, a term that I heard fairly recently that I want our listeners to know about.
What is it?
It's the term lampshade.
Okay.
And it's this thing where, and we used to do this in college, once again, there's nothing new under the sun.
No.
Girls today.
Go on.
Like to lampshade. What this means is oversized t-shirt.
Okay.
Short shorts.
So they're like a lampshade.
So it looks like you're not wearing any pants. So anyway, lampshade. You're welcome for that.
Yeah, that's a term that I won't use.
I know.
Because when I wear an extra long...
You're not supposed to talk about what young girls are wearing.
No, and when I wear an extra long shirt, I do what's called a Donald Duck, or a full-on Paddington, or a Winnie the Pooh. No shorts.
Okie dokie.
Because they don't make shorts that can house these bodacious buns.
Oh my goodness.
There's the episode title right now. Please. They don't make shorts that can house these bodacious buns.
You had better not.
Guys, I control the uploads, so I can put it in there.
My Lanta. Okay, so Jeff had us escape to a town called Figueres, which was the birthplace and
Salvador
the living
Dali.
place of Salvador Dali. Mm-hmm. Our time there was...
It was, I will say, lovely.
Lovely.
Magical.
We went to his museum. We saw his home. I tried quail eggs for the first time. Delicious.
Get out of here.
Delicious. A 1-bite egg.
Mm-hmm. I like a 1-bite egg. I like an egg in general.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like your eggs?
Always. Yep. Ooh, hey, we can tease that. Let's tease the story of the time a couple years ago where in exchange for $200, I ate 30 hard-boiled eggs in 30 minutes and then flew on a plane the next day.
Let's tease that.
Yeah, no, I'm teasing.
It's teased.
Get tuzzed.
Okay.
Tuzzed.
So that probably concludes our time in Spain.
Yeah.
We really did. And here's what I want to say about Spain. I want to go back, and I would like to do Spain correctly.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
I would love to revisit Barcelona and not stay in a place where I feared for my life every waking moment.
I mean, I love that we're just...
And also while I was sleeping.
As I look at the agenda, I see one of the bullet points is literally just says, so much orange Fanta.
Because there was not a bottle of water to be had along Las Ramblas.
So much orange Fanta.
At that time.
So much
I drank
orange Fanta.
so much orange Fanta.
Yeah. As you do.
As you do. So yeah, then we went to Italy, and when we got to Italy, I would say things really improved. Aside from my parasite.
Jeff and I
which lingered.
Jeff and I ate 2 dinners every night at the same restaurant. And we called it Cena Due.
And it was during Cena Due.
Which is second dinner.
Every night during Cena Due, I'd be like, well, see you guys back at the hotel.
You would go for a Due.
And this episode.
We've gotten considerably more duty.
You have.
Duty and booty.
You have.
Well.
But I do appreciate the words that you're choosing.
Mm-hmm. I'm being very.
You're really doing it.
Yeah,
You're really doing it.
Thanks.
I do want to talk about our last day though on the trip, second to last day, because we did fly back to London and stay one night, and we ate a cheeseburger that was probably the best cheeseburger I've ever had.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think it was actually good.
It was a combination of factors. Really.
Yes.
It was a confluence of events. We were hungry. We were hot. We just wanted a gross American cheeseburger.
So good.
And it really hit the spot.
Yeah. But so the day before London, we were in Florence, and I had not been able to enjoy any delicious Italian coffee. No cappuccinos, no espresso, nothing.
Are you going to start really overpronouncing Italian words like Giada de Laurentiis? Spaghetti.
I had no cappuccinos.
Golly.
Because of the parasite. But on the last day,
You did it.
I gutted it out. I literally remember my hand. I had the saucer in one hand and the cup in the other. And it was that ting, 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 that shaking as I brought the cup to my mouth. Heat wave again. I had a hot cappuccino. And I was shaking, and I
got it done,
forced it down, and I had a chocolate croissant. And I'd say that it was worth it, but it was not.
Well,
because
listen.
guys, I was sick for a week after that.
I remember, and just before we move on to other stuff, I don't know why, but Florence, it just jogged my memory. I remember right when we got to Florence, and we were so hot, and I was so mad that I was hot. I was like sweaty, just a disgusting mess of a human.
We weren't mad the whole trip, guys. We weren't. We had a great time. Florence is beautiful.
Hey, Florence, you're doing great.
It's the high point of Renaissance art.
So, okay, well, back to the flashcards. We were walking, and there was just a random citizen of Florence who could tell that we were big, sweaty, dumb Americans, and he looked me dead in the face, and he said, "It's hot in Firenze, no?" As if to say, you look terrible and sweaty, and I'm handling it well, but you're a mess. And then he just walked off, and I was like, I just want to punch that guy, but I didn't.
You didn't, because you have a warm heart.
That would have been the big dumb American thing to do.
100%. Okay, next segment. Do we have time?
Yeah, we're at 42 minutes. We're good.
Okay, we don't want to. We do you have a quick injury of the week you want to share with us?
Yeah, and we can always revisit injuries as we go, so I don't have to keep getting new ones.
Yeah.
I always was very fond of the time I was throwing a baseball to my friend Dustin, and he was swinging a giant tree limb, and the tree limb broke in half. And why wouldn't it? It's not designed to hit a baseball. And the ball didn't come at me, but the end of the tree limb came at me as if it was shot out of a cannon. Broke the whole side of my face, my eye socket. My eye filled up with blood.
Yeah.
And I had to sleep sitting straight up in a chair for a week so that blood wouldn't drain into my brain.
Your pupil was dilated.
I still have stress-induced glaucoma in my left eye as a result.
I just remember.
And guys, I'm not suffering from it. I'm living with it. And I just want you to know.
There's a difference.
Like
perspective.
You looked at it like to me like, you know what? Yeah, that's really nice. It's a good sentiment, Brandon.
It's true.
Yeah, so that's it. And we can always revisit.
It's a quick one for you today.
It didn't feel quick.
You sat upright for a week.
It was terrible.
I remember seeing you at Mom and Dad's. You played so many video games.
I did.
So much Papa John's pizza.
God, garlic butter, just a real high point in my life.
Good.
Just sitting, eating it with my hands like a rat, like with my face, half of it black and blue, couldn't see. It was the worst. But we can always discuss that. Hey guys, if you like these injury stories and want more or want to discuss them more, please just comment on the Instagrams and we can discuss them. Okay,
Come over to Instagram. We have fun there.
We do.
What are you watching and listening to this week? Because I gotta. Okay, go ahead.
Still Stranger Things, but
I thought you didn't like it.
I don't. But once you're in it,
Gotta
you gotta
see it
finish
through.
it, right?
Gotta make your way through the upside down.
I gotta know what happens with these
Kids.
kooky kids. But listening to I like as an add-on. There is a record called Absolutely by a band called Dijon that if my Spotify Wrapped came out today, it would be like, who is this psycho that's only listening to this album by this one band? It is.
That's what you do.
It is so good. Absolutely by Dijon. I've been nonstop listening to that. So there's my listening to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to share that, you had given Top Gun high marks. And then we get this text from Crindy the other day, and I just want to review this. And this is the text we got from our mom. Okay. Top Gun was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Tom Cruise is a freak of nature. A few of bad words. One F-bomb, a couple of son of a blanks, or two, and some S words. Minor love scene that wasn't bad. Dad says the boys would love it. Hope? ? I'd say yes. Granted,
This is all a text?
No, it is multiple. Each one of these sentences
She was rapid
is a
fire
new
firing them
line.
off. Oh,
Okay, I'd say yes.
Trendy.
Dad says ye too.
yee.
No nudity. The cursing was minimal, and what pilots probably say. Dad says
Don't
it's better.
speculate on what pilots say.
listen.
They're heroes.
Dad says it's better than Star Wars. One of the pilots was a woman, which was cool. No violence, just plain fights.
Just plane fights.
And I love that review
Plane fights aren't scary.
They're not scary.
They're just plane fights.
So our family saw it, and I'm going to tell you what. You were right, and Crindy was right. I cannot remember the last time I was so invested in a
Cruise
film,
is
movie
single-handedly saving the film industry.
You know what? I don't disagree. Yeah. So I know that we're a little long here, so
we're at
maybe
46.
we ought to wrap this one up.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Okay.
Are you doing... Oh, hey, nerd, are you doing your warm heart?
Look at you.
Look at me.
You remembered the mission.
I wish I could take it back now.
The vision. Okay, you do it.
No, you. I'm
No,
the one who-
you.
Okay. Well, I set you up for it, and I wasn't prepared. I spent all day yesterday in the studio recording a new project with our dear friend JB, who's a rapper here in Oklahoma City. He's incredibly talented, has wonderful things to say, and he was very kind and wanted to do a project with me. So we worked all day on that yesterday with Michael Trepanier. Ted worked on it some. A guy named Ethan Neal worked on it. And a local R&B neo-soul singer named Nia Monet came in and sang, and she is...
That voice.
crazy good.
Yeah.
Like, crazy good. But yeah, warm my heart working on music with like-minded people wanting to do something cool. So there's mine.
JB is a prophet.
He really is. He's a special dude.
Love that guy.
He does a lot of wonderful things for a lot of people.
Yeah, he does. And he warms your heart.
He does.
I just wanted to say that my warm heart is meaningful work. Just work that, brings me a lot of purpose and a lot of joy, and I'm grateful.
I like that.
Yeah.
I say that like all your other ones. I've been like,
That's what you did.
It's not about French braiding. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to our third episode of Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Our producer is full on asleep at this point. I don't know what's going on. He's clearly not a fan of this episode. So all right, guys, come back next time. Follow us on Instagram, like, subscribe, come hang out. We have fun. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.